climate change, environment, pollution, all the problems of the planet are because of bad design. There's nothing.
Bad design.
Yeah, it's because of bad design.
It's very important.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vibhuti Sachdev. I'm the campus director of UID NCR.
I am Lolita Datta and I have been associated with UID for several number of years now, and currently I'm an adjunct senior professor at the NCR campus in visual communication.
I think we are already paying such a huge price for ignoring design. And these are design issues. These are not climate issues or air issues. These are design issues. And because we've been marginalizing the discipline and giving more importance to technical, mathematical disciplines rather than creative ones, that we are in the state we are. That is the reason why creative fields are on, unprecedented high the world over, because people are realizing the importance and the impact that design makes, not only on people's lives, on environment, on your cities, on how you live. So it's a very, very important, crucial discipline for a developing nation like ours.
What kind of student should think of design, and who can do well in their career?
Design is open to all disciplines. Design has never restricted itself to humanities or commerce or science. Because it is such a multidisciplinary thing, the approach to teaching is also therefore multidisciplinary. And we are happy to have students from any discipline, because as designers we can become responsible citizens catering to the needs of the world, which is very important, not just in a local scenario but in a global scenario. And as I think institutions, we have to be responsible for bringing out those design students, design citizens if you would like to call them as such, who are therefore then capable and are contributing to the world economy at large. Revamping the curriculum, looking at the pedagogy in different ways, getting good faculty, getting the right kind of students as well, which has been a huge effort. That has been a kind of a effort between the management and the people, the faculty, the students, everybody. It's not a one kind of, ek haath se tali, not that kind of a situation. A lot of people have contributed to the growth of UID and to actually position it in a fairly, also in a global scenario, I would say.
Yeah, with many well-known universities, we have academic partnerships, we are constantly in touch with them. The students we get are between the ages of 18 to 22. They are on the threshold of adulthood. We also have to recognize the fact that, this is a post-COVID scenario where all of us have faced deep isolation, and mental well-being is of prime importance. And so design is perhaps the only discipline that allows everybody to self-discover their strengths and to how to kind of lead a enriching, fulfilling life which has a good work-life balance, which also, addresses their own strengths and evolution of the mind. And how many disciplines can you think of which focus on that? And design at its heart is about nurturing people, nurturing planets, nurturing situations. So I think UID, we look after the students in that regard very, very closely, because they are also going to be responsible citizens of this nation who contribute to building this nation. So it's about lives, it's about people as well as jobs and work. But I think that's why we, one of our core activities in UID is to take the students out, immerse them in communities, show them different ways of lifestyle, show them the diversity this country has to offer. And the students have just returned from Nagaland.
So can you elaborate this thing a little bit more, that what you guys do?
So I'll give you an example. Last year, so UID is a part of an international design organization called Cumulus. And I've been a fairly active member within that community through UID and also otherwise. So in fact last year, one of the topics of discussion for one of the conferences was how design and community have played a role in changing things through learning. So now at UID, as Vibhuti just mentioned, so we have a system where you involve the student in through projects and through various kinds of areas of activity into community, not service, but community learning. And then that community learning translates into creating something. So whether it's creating, working with women who are doing embroidery and creating a garment, or whether it's working with the brick workers and teaching their children how to, do mathematics. These are projects and things all done by the students. So we had done a short film in the department I was with the visual communication department, and some of my faculty along with the students. We present the same thing on a fairly large international platform, and it was very well received. So that was one of the ways in which the community learning and institution was showcased.
So ये जो नागालैंड पे गए बच्चे and all, this is all UID funded projects and all?
So these are supervised by UID, and students, contribute to the expenses of the trip, of course. But this is all curated by the faculty,
Yeah.
and also integrated with the curriculum. That it's not a touristy kind of visit. It is a study
learning.
tour.
Yeah.
It's a study tour.
Learning thing.
So when you go there, you immerse in communities. You look at the festivals that are around. You look at the craft, and also to understand that material production of a place, it doesn't just happen in factories and shops. That communities are behind production of material culture, and this is something that our country is blessed with that kind of learning, because we have different kinds of landscapes, and what we are trying to do is immerse them into different landscapes of hills, of desert, of forest, of ocean, and see these landscapes as design ecosystems. And this is going to be a series of such immersions that we're going to have, which are totally integrated in the curriculum. So you're not just aware of your own place of study. You learn to tackle different scenarios and situations as a designer.
And also one thing we have noticed in UID, that you have a lot of craft workshops where craftsmen is to come, they teach. Can you elaborate on that? How students get benefited through that?
So we have mainly it's handled by the fashion design department, and there was the Department of Lifestyle and Accessory Design.
Okay.
And these are very hands-on kind of learning in areas of design, in any case disciplines. So there was a whole concept of creating a craft village, but this is in the UID campus in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
And where you got the artisans to come and they would work. So they would work with the students. So it was a learning for the student, and it was an exploration of better design for the craftsmen. So there was an intervention of design and working of craft. So if you put both of them together, I think you get a fairly interesting scenario where there's craft, where there's design, where there's student, and where there's learning. So it's kind of fitted in quite well.
So in UID NCR, we had 4 craftsmen in the atrium, and they taught directly to the students the techniques and skills, and then students use those techniques and skills to produce new objects, which were
Exhibited.
and we had a
promoted in that sense. Yeah.
And you also, I think, developing some kind of research center for futuristic project and
so
products.
there are all these labs where we are looking at AR, VR, technologies and vision for the future, how they work with design concepts.
So
getting people.
Getting people, and I don't think we see technology as being oppositional to craft. Craft itself is a technology. It's not that technology is the only things that use machine is technology. That's not true. I mean, computation without computers is the highest form of technology. So how to kind of interweave the present times and continue the threads of our civilizational resources, our cultural resources into the futuristic application is what design is. And design is, invariably futuristic because you're designing for the future, you're not designing for the past.
Yeah.
So
in short, we can say that UID actually preparing student in all sorts of way, inside the class,
Beyond the classroom.
beyond
as
the
well.
classroom, beyond the campus, and with the technology, and also to the rooted crafts.
yeah.
So everywhere UID actually feeding their students' mind, becoming a
Absolutely.
great designer.
Absolutely, no doubt.
So thank you too
And
for
thank
these
you.
insights, and I think this will be helpful to our students.
Thank you.
Thank you.